pure joy for baseball fans in Minnesota. Our boys of summer were the hometown heroes, even though they were outscored during the regular season and managed only 29 road wins that year. But the magic of the Metrodome helped the Twins win a World Series championship and to become the first team to appear on a Wheaties box. It was the stuff of legend. And those legends are returning to the Dome next weekend for a reunion. One of the people that will celebrate alongside Ken Herbeck and Gary Gaetti is Tom Kelly, of course, the manager that year. On the Sunday of the 7th game against St. Louis, there was a robber running around your neighborhood?
Yeah, well, what? There was 3 houses. Now there's 13 houses. So I was the first house there. Behind us, there was a wooded area. The other side of me was an empty lot, but a wooded area, and policeman lived next to me, and he had the canine. And so we're sitting there drinking coffee, and then all of a sudden I look out my back, and there's a couple idiots running across my backyard, and then they dive into the weeds and the trees and the leaves and blah, 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 and they're diving in there. So I go, oh, this is nice. So I called Bruce next door, and Bruce comes out, he gets the dog, puts him on the long lead, wings him around the front of the house, and is going to run him towards McKnight Road. No, I shouldn't have said that, but McKnight Road, too late now. So here they go running from the dog, and they run right into about 30 officers waiting on them. But apparently they were hiding in the woods. And
like you needed more distractions.
So that was, it was sort of a fun story to tell afterwards. It was, but they took care of it. Policeman did a nice job.
On paper, this did not look like a world championship team. How did you manage this?
I was just trying to survive. It was my first year as a manager. I was, 36 years old, whatever I was, 35. And I was just trying to do the job and get something accomplished so I would have a job. I didn't have, if this didn't work out, I'm in trouble. So those thoughts weren't in my mind at all. It was just trying to do good and be a good manager and try to survive.
When did you realize that these guys might actually be able to pull this thing off?
Probably in August or so. The fans base started to get stronger. I thought the fans somewhere in the middle of August started to really come out and support the team. You could see the players' confidence getting stronger and better, and into September, we really started to play, I thought, much, much better. And I thought we had a wonderful September, and that led into the October, and that's when you really want to play.
And when you clinched the pennant in Detroit,
correct,
y'all came back,
correct,
and you heard about this little gathering at the Dome. What was the emotional level like when you entered that Dome?
I think it was, when we were on the airplane, and we're coming back, and they say, well, there's going to be 10,000 people. Then the guy, the pilot, he said, there's going to be maybe 20, and then it went to 30, 40. By the time we landed and we got on the bus, it was from the airport. The roads were all lined with people. People were on the overpasses and waving and banners. And it was quite the scene. It was very emotional. I actually was worried about getting a ride home. I didn't have a ride, but the policeman took me home, so that was nice of him. But again, it was an emotional thing.
When Game 7 was over, you're on the top step of the dugout. If I recall correctly, you hugged a player, maybe it was Kirby, and then you went up the tunnel. Nobody saw.
That was 6 when Kirby hit the home run. That was in.
But when you celebrated, you didn't come out on the field like Lasorda or.
No. Well, we don't. We did our own thing. There was clubhouse kids in the dugout, ground crew guys, bat boys, coaches. Some of the coaches did go on the field, which is fine. But I felt that was times for the players. And there was enough other people in the dugout that needed some attention, I thought. And so I stayed with them.
Well, we had that big, of course, the ticker tape parade after we won the series. We're going to roll a little bit of tape of that because when you look back at that, that really was an awful lot of fun to see. Oh, my gosh, these people. And what was that like?
It was busy. It was a lot of activity, a lot of energy, I guess is the right word. And the different signs on the buildings in downtowns, banners and things it was quite entertaining. We must have ran over, 40, 50 feet as we crushed some toes. But, again, it was fun, and there was a lot of electricity in both downtown St. Paul as well as Minneapolis.
I wonder the reunion coming up, is it a little bittersweet without Kirby Puckett's presence?
Yeah, that's the guy that drove the bus, let's be honest. He was the straw that stirred the drink, all those cliches that I'm not very good at, but he was the man. There's no way around it. He made Minnesota Twin baseball viable again. There's no way around that. And he was the guy that led the way to the promised land, as he used to say. So without him being there, it's going to hurt some. But again, his memory will be very, very strong, and I'm sure well represented at the ballpark.
Who are you most looking forward to seeing next
Jeff
weekend?
Reardon.
Really?
Because he's had some issues. So.
Good.
Hope it all works out, and it should be a great time. Folks can go on the Twins website and get information.
There's a whole bunch of good stuff going on, Eric, all weekend, and Friday, Saturday, Sunday culminates with Gaetti going into the Twins Hall of Fame. That'll be special as well. And Saturday is a big celebration on the field, and we have some golf on Friday with the players and the alumni. But all the money raised from those bobbleheads they sold is going to 3 different organizations,
right,
which is great. So there's a whole bunch of good stuff going to happen. We're very much looking forward to it.
Thanks so much for your part of Minnesota lore.
Oh,
all the best.
It was a pleasure. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.